Well, I found Melanie to be quite multidimensional, and she she had a lot of flaws, but they were flaws that I could completely relate to. There were things that, you know, on the surface she could appear to be quite bratty and angry, but you just scrape below a little bit, and there are some very good reasons for it. So I thought, like, it's quite rare to find a play that can kind of make a character so likable and unlikable at the same time, and kind of in such a full, I'm not sure if I'm explaining this very well, in like such a full-fleshed kind of way. She's just very human. And I think that's what drew me to Melanie. Yeah. And she's hurt, like, you know, like, this is a journey of her coming to terms with her mother, and your mother is kind of your role model, and I don't know, trying to become a woman yourself, and trying to, you know, see yourself as a woman. You kind of look up to your mother, and if you don't respect what your mother's choices are, it makes it very difficult for you to, like, respect yourself. But she's also incredibly hurt by the things that by their relationship since she was a young girl. She's just been so disappointed. Well, I guess it is about her becoming more forgiving as a person, and growing up to be a woman. That's what you have to do. Like, eventually, you know, you're so angry at your parents for so many things for so many years, and then eventually you just realise that they're human and you're human, and there's only, you know, there's only so much you can change about a person. You can't keep beating your head against a wall, and you've eventually got to see them as people and not just your parents, which is often what we do. We think, you know, our parents should be the perfect mother and the perfect father, but really they're human just like us. They were kids. You know, they fell in love, they fell out of love, they made mistakes, and you eventually have to see them as flawed human beings as well. They're never going to be what you want them to be. Melanie loves Sophia. She's like a second mum to her. She's that, like, I'd say it's more like a grandmotherly feeling. It's everything's safe, everything's going to be okay with a cup of tea with Sophia. You can tell her anything, and she's not going to judge you. And that's a really, like, secure thing to have in your life. Someone that, someone that is always happy to see you, loves you, knows you, and has your back. And that's what Sophia is. But she's also got that wisdom as well, so she can kind of go, hey, pull up, as well, which is important, I think. Celebrating identity and acceptance. Well, I guess there's the obvious, you know, there's the obvious stuff about trans issues of celebrating that we're not all male or all female. We're not all happy with the body that we're born in. That you can be sexy as a trans person, that you can, like, people that initially don't understand can understand if you try to explain it to them. Also, I think in the play, it kind of, the idea of identity is interesting in that all the characters seem to have different identities, or like different personas with different environments and different people. So it's kind of balancing yourself as a, you know, as a daughter, and as a rock star, you know, as someone who can turn heads on the street because you're famous, as someone who gains a lot of respect, and then someone who feels like they have no respect at all. So you kind of, your identity is going through this total flux, I guess. Yeah, and trying to, I guess it's coming to terms with the fact that your identity is not this solid core thing that that you have, that it changes depending on where you are and who you're with. Yeah, and I guess you have to just believe in yourself, even if you're seen by the world as, like, you know, a cheater or a liar or this or that. Like, all you have is yourself. Yeah, I guess that's what's interesting about this play, is that you can see people struggling with their identity and coming to terms with it. I'm actually really enjoying the bar scene.
It's a nice scene.
It is. It's quite fun. It's quite light, and I can play around a lot with it. Like,
And we see a different side of her.
Yeah, you see the rock star side she's got it all going on. And yeah, a more contemplative sort of side to her too. It's great fun because I can do whatever I want with her, like within the bounds of what's appropriate. But yeah, it's really nice. No one's seen it before. You don't have any ideas of what Melanie's supposed to be or who these characters have to be. Yes, I guess it's a great opportunity. You can kind of make the character your own, which is great. Because it is an amazing play. It's really well written. The characters are multidimensional. You can relate to them. It's funny. It's sad. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. Yeah, it's just a really real. It's a really real play, and there's really real relationships happening in front of you. And if we do it right, you'll be seeing something. You'll see people genuinely affecting each other, which is what I think is important in theatre, to see people genuinely making each other feel things. Yeah, so Into the Mirror. It's great.